fire.
I already know. I already know. I already know. Good evening, everybody. Pardon the delay. Welcome back to the Roundtable Talk Show on the Knowledge is Power podcast live. And of course, hold on, let me get this right. 'Cause we was late. We was late this morning, this evening. No, my apologies. But again, welcome back, family, to another Roundtable Talk Show on the Knowledge is Power podcast live. Actually, this is episode 70, and we are officially the Knowledge is Power network. I just want you to know that. So, yes, we are streaming our first show as the official Knowledge is Power network. And so, welcome to the network and to all of those platforms that have us with them. We are pleased to be with you. I am your host, Christopher Unk Jones. And again, we coming live to you on another Tuesday. Tonight's episode, y'all, is called Money, Power, Respect. But wait, it gets greater. And the informants in the house. Black pooling, economic discipline, and the sabotage that keeps killing the escape plans. So that's what we're talking about tonight. But let me get this straight. Right to y'all before y'all even come in the comments. Or maybe later on in the shorts, y'all probably get in the comments like y'all do, but that's fine. We enjoy it. This episode is not about fake unity. I want y'all to know that. This episode is not about posting support black while spending undisciplined, leading undisciplined, gossiping undisciplined, organizing undisciplined, and trusting people who keep proving they cannot hold water, let alone ice water, silence, or responsibility. Tonight is an internal audit, if you will. Black people to the front. All black people to the front. I don't care if you mixed race, to the front. I'm gonna need you to the front. Um, because like I said, this is an audit uh about black people having force. Of course, we know black people, as we mentioned, the black community. We spin, influence, create culture, move markets, um, even establish new language, if you will. Ebonics is official. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I definitely want my our watchers and our listeners to know that that is an official language. We move politics when we decide. That's what we want you to know, when we decide. And I definitely want us to know that the problem is not that we have no power. We've identified that in the past few shows, in the past few episodes. So if you missed those, go back, check those out. But we spin, but not always own, right? We gather, but not always govern. We shout, but not always build. We pull emotionally, a lot of us, but not institutionally. And tonight we're saying the ugly part out loud because we know that many individuals in our community cannot fess up to the truth. It's not always the outside enemy stopping the move. I just want you to know that. Sometimes the leak is inside the house. Sometimes the informant is at the table, y'all. Sometimes the one yelling unity is the same one who cannot, and I do mean cannot, submit to accountability. Sometimes the one saying we need to build really means um, make me the face of it. I want to be in the limelight, you know? So tonight, no soft, no soft shoes. If you got steel toes on, we gonna make sure it still hurt because you know this ain't about fake peace. It's not about protecting egos. We are not about attacking our own people because we hate our people. We're correcting our people because we love the move that our people create. Too much, um, especially to let weak behavior keep murdering the move that we have, right? So tonight, y'all know we taking 3 shots. These shots are, I think they're going to be real good. I think two of them is sweet, but they got that, they got that little that little hurry up and get you messed up. Um, uh, shot round one is we got the money. So what's the hold up? See how sweet? See how sweet that sound? Yeah, that sound like a liqueur or something. And round two, even plain, even plain gets leaked when discipline is thin. Every plan gets leaked when discipline is thin. And I'm talking about worse than the tarp that FEMA put on your roof. Round three shot is respect needs a structure too. Respect needs a structure too, and I definitely want our family to understand that, our watchers, listeners to understand that. So, family, drop your city in the chat. Let us know where you're watching tonight. Like, subscribe, and follow all of the platforms that we're on. Of course, we're on Apple TV. Believe it or not, we're on Apple Podcasts. We're also on Hulu. I seen it. I seen it. I was excited. And we're on other spaces as well. So again, welcome to the Roundtable Talk, and thank you for allowing us on your platform. We'll try to keep it as clean as possible, but no promises. Answer this before we get started, though, y'all. What breaks Black collective moves the fastest? Is it ego? Is it fear? Lack of discipline? Internal sabotage? Or all of it? Let's get to work. Of course, I got my crew with me. My big sister, Dr. Catherine Campbell. Say good evening to the people.
Good evening, people.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Campbell is the table's spiritual lie detector, if she will. She hears when somebody says community but means control. She catches the hidden agenda, the jealousy, and fake concern dressed up as wisdom. Sis, tonight I need that discernment because every smiling face in the room is not safe for the room. Welcome in, Dr. Campbell.
I got you.
Perry Busby, my big brother. Say good evening to the people, man.
Good evening.
Yes, indeed. Perry is the receipt man, huh? And the structure man, I'm trying to tell you. He's going to definitely ask the question, where are the minutes? Where's the money? Where's the agreement? Who leaked it? Who benefited when it failed? And who was loud in public and missing in the work? I promise you, big bruh, tonight we need that audit energy. You feel me? Welcome to the table, big bruh. My little brother Dustin Harris and veteran battle buddy, man. Say good evening to the people.
What up, peeps?
Yes, indeed. Dustin brings the plain measure. You hear me? He knows the difference between people, really the people that's really ready to build and the people that who just like to sound tough around serious language. He brings it all back to trust, sacrifice, responsibility, and who can actually leave with the keys when the lights go off. I'm just, man, I'm telling y'all, tonight is the night. BTA. I don't know if y'all all know what that means, but BTA. Dustin, welcome in. Welcome in. And again, to our listeners, watchers, and viewers everywhere, of course, you definitely have a spot at this table. Reach out to our platform host, let him know that you want to be on the Roundtable Talk Show with us, or reach out to myself at Unc Jones. Follow me on YouTube or Facebook. Hit me up on Facebook. I'm Christopher Jones, J Jones on Facebook. So hit me up there. Let me know you trying to get on the roundtable talk about some real stuff. Cause we ain't talking about no play stuff. I promise. Anytime we at this table. Round one. Who got the money? So what's the hold up? Um, if we already have force, why do we still look so exposed? Black money moves, culture moves, outrage moves, creativity move, but too often black ownership does not move with it. Y'all notice that? That is the wound. I mean, we can make everybody else rich and still struggle to keep the school open and the land protected, the business funded, the elder cared for, right? Even the youth trained for the oncoming economy that we're trying to build and the institutions that are still standing. That's not because we lack force, it's because we lack enough formation. Motion without formation is not freedom, y'all. That's not liberation. I just want y'all to know it's exhaustion with rhythm. And y'all, that's all y'all got is a nice little beat and y'all tired. Dr. Campbell, if
Hey,
black people already have economic force, what exactly keeps the force from becoming institution, protection, and inheritance instead of just movement?
because income isn't wealth. We have
Mm,
spending power, loud, visible buying power, but we don't have sticking power.
mm,
So here's what it stops in plain talk. We spend like a nation, but save like a household. Our dollars flow out to everyone else's pockets. We buy sneakers and cars, but we don't buy the buildings that these are sold in.
mm,
Until our money circles back into our own neighborhoods, it's just a river, not a lake.
mm, mm,
We don't pool our chips. Other groups turn individual successes into group banks, credit unions, and land trusts. We tend
mm-hmm,
to do it solo. A millionaire here and there doesn't build a wall. A thousand people chipping in together does.
hmm,
Okay. The system extracts faster than we accumulate. Higher interest rates, predatory loans, and the fact that one bad health scare or a car repair wipes out the family's whole savings. We generate, but we don't retain. Inheritance is built on dirt and stocks. Our grandparents were locked out of the housing markets for generations. You can't pass down a paycheck, you pass down a house. We're
correct.
starting the race three laps behind. So even when we sprint, we don't have enough to leave behind.
Hmm.
In short, we have motion but no roots. Until we own the land, the lenders, and the legacy, our economic force will stay a wave, not a wall.
Ooh, a wave, not a wall.
You asked for it.
That is the heart of it, though. Force without discipline leaks. We know how to show up when something hurts, especially what we see going on in our community against our young people. But,
But one thing should not wipe our economics out.
right, can we stay after the emotion fade, though? Can we sit through the boring part? Can we keep records, take minutes, follow rules, and hold people accountable without
Accountable.
everybody getting offended? Oh, no,
But
that's
this,
my friend.
mm,
That is where movement becomes institution, y'all, because if the community cannot survive past a mood or a feeling, we don't have no power yet.
nothing.
We have reaction, and and reaction can be manipulated or managed, if you will. I would get shot for you all in the chat as well as those that are watching. I definitely want you to sip on this shot since y'all scared to come on up at the table. And then of course y'all y'all could sip this shot too, crew. What hits you hardest? Um, is it the spending power? Is it the weak structure? The fake leadership or the people who keep acting like the problem is always outside us only? Hmm. That's the question. That's the question. Anybody want to sip that shot? Mm, I will.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Dr. Campbell.
I was trying to give the fellas a chance.
They're not trying to get drunk.
No, Well, I done had a day, so I'm ready. Here.
I'm ready, right?
Yes. So it's the weak structure, hands down.
Mm,
Spending is just noise without it. Leadership is just a mouth without it. Uh, and blaming the outside, that's a comfort blanket. So we don't have to look in the mirror. What hits hardest is watching us generate billions and keeping nothing. The landlords ain't outside. He's down the street collecting our rent. That stings most because it's it's the one problem we could actually fix if we got serious.
mm, mm. That's real. I mean, even the outside system is real, Dr. Campbell.
Yeah.
We see white supremacy is real. Capital exclusion is real. Policy sabotage is real. Precedent sabotage is real, if you will.
Oh,
But if we only point outside, we give the inside a pass. And that's what I definitely am sick and tired of. Those that we see that are derogatory not only to the community, but the standards that this community is built on, and we let them pass.
Yeah.
Some of our
Yeah.
wounds are inflicted by people who look like us, pray like us, talk community like us, right? And still keep killing the work that we
hurt.
put into the community. Truth does not become disloyal just because it starts at home, y'all.
Mm.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
I will also add into that. Yeah. While we can definitely point to the fake leadership, we also have to recognize uh, our reluctance to follow real leadership,
Mm, mm,
because that becomes a result of the weak structure as well. I mean, because when real leadership comes up, let's not get it twisted.
You
People
said
just
that.
not gonna fall in line,
he did. He said
and
that.
so we have to balance this. The people saying, well, we haven't had real leaders. I think that question also has to say, well, what did we learn from real leaders?
Mm,
Since we say we know what real leaders are, and since we know real leaders taught something, then you're almost saying that real leaders, when real leaders died, the folk was left without leadership.
mm, mm. Ooh, hey man, don't say nothing else. See your shot. What are the strongest receipts that the issue is not simply lack of resources, but lack of discipline, organization, and internal trustworthiness? That's why I had to pull him up, because he was about to take his
He's
shot, and then I
going
ain't even,
into it.
girl, he was about to turn up the bottle.
Man, I had this one in my sock, man. You didn't know I had one with me.
Turn it
I
up,
brought
brother.
my own.
I'm turning up without his
never,
Terry.
I was about
never
to
know
say,
when the
man, pour me
BYOB
up.
might turn a little dry, so I had to have a little something. You know?
Pour me up, man.
Nah, but again, this goes right into what we were just saying. I mean, we have no further place to look than our own communities, and
Hmm.
and we began to get into this whole nostalgia and oh, wasn't it great when we had Tillman's? Wasn't it great when we had this grocery store? Wasn't it great when we had Charlton Parlor? Wasn't it great when we had? And when we talk about that, it wasn't as though uh the white community was opening their pocketbooks to make those institutions happen. Um, I remember hearing the history of Antioch Baptist Church in downtown Houston.
Mm,
Uh, Antioch was built a few years right after slavery, uh, at a cost that was somewhere close to about $100,000,
mm, mm,
which if converted in today's time, what that's close to, at least got to be close to three quarters.
mm-hmm.
That ex-slaves. I'm not talking about folk who just finished Beaumont United and folk that just finished,
Central Senior High School,
Hewood
Lamar.
and
Yeah.
right, yeah. These people was straight out of slavery. So yeah, you and
Hmm,
so yeah, we began to look at discipline or the lack thereof,
hmm,
uh, leadership, the lack thereof, and the lack of fellowship.
hmm.
And you can look all over, not just Beaumont, but many of our communities, the ones that I would dare say raised my generation. I'm in that boomer crowd. And we were the first recipients. Yeah, those businesses helped put us through college. They helped create some foundation for us. And as a result, after we reaped those benefits, um, many of those institutions in our family closed because there was no one else to sustain it. And
Yeah.
that's just the sad truth.
Yeah.
The sustainability wasn't there. Our parents knew enough to get us a more, at least some better footing. Uh, but unfortunately, within that was not the ability to understand that we needed to further that footing, and that just wasn't through mama and daddy having a good job and working, and so what we did was reap the benefits and continue to show a hunger for benefit without sustainability.
Yeah. Yeah. Alex Genealogy in the comments said, right, look at what's going on with ESPN getting rid of those players. They can very much so build their own sports network.
Right.
Again, welcome in, Alex Genealogy. And one for the money. Welcome in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Um, but you're absolutely correct, Perry. That is the ledger, right? We have watched money show up and disappear into confusion. Not oblivion, into confusion. We have watched communities from um, way back then form with no minutes, no budget, no reporting, no calendar, no accountability, right? Allegedly. And we have watched people get titles and do nothing but guard their chair. We've even watched the loudest people get or be the least dependable person in the bunch, right? We've even watched plans die because somebody couldn't keep their mouth closed. I'm just saying. So, yes, resources matter, but trustworthiness matters most definitely because
Most.
black people do not only need more money in the room, we need better hands on the money, better
That
rules
part.
around the money,
That
Mm-hmm.
and better character protecting the entire move, right? And it's not
that's true.
just it's not just um some of the unlearned behaviors, it's also some of the learned behaviors or practices that we see in our community from a disconnect and or being connected to some of those individuals that's a part of our community only to sabotage it. And again, I'll say they look just like you. Dustin, at what point
Mm,
do we
mm.
stop saying we need unity and start asking whether people are actually willing to submit to sacrifice, accountability, and standards, um, and standards unity would require?
You know me, I'm a little bit different thinker. I want to know why are people still looking for unity? Because I looked up the word unity is the state of being undivided or joined
Mm?
together to form harmonious whole.
Hmm.
There are 49 to 52 million black people in America.
Mm.
Can we do something with half? Hell, a handful go in the same direction and do a lot. What we still
I
checking for
promise.
unity for? Give me a
Well, I
handful of
guess
cats that want to do the same thing,
I
move the
guess
same
that's that
direction.
unity. That's it. That's the unity. That got to be the unity that they're talking about. Because even those that were alleged, like you said, unified in even biblical days, that's where some of that corruption. I mean, like, cut. Yeah, go ahead. My
I
bad, Dustin.
mean, heck, even from the book I read, even Jesus didn't have complete unity.
But I think sometimes people mistake unity for agreement, and that's not what
Mm,
unity is. I mean, we can disagree and still be in unity about a common goal. We
correct.
can, even thrive together. I mean, the Bible says how blessed it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
In unity, yeah, yeah.
And that's not
Hey,
and that's not about agreement. It's not.
right,
I mean, we can even be going in different directions as long as
brother.
we
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He told us, "Come, let's reason together." I don't know why people believe reasoning is agreement.
right.
Because
Mm,
what we're gonna go over on that next shot, that's what's gonna answer that question. Or why that unity and agreement ain't always the same.
yeah,
Right.
Dustin said. Dustin said, "Unity without standards is just a crowd. Unity
We can
without
stand
sacrifice
together.
is a photo. Unity without sacrifice is a photo. Unity without accountability is a trap." From what I'm hearing, everybody loves unity until unity means let's get included.
Unity is a Queen Latifah song.
UNITY. It means correction, y'all. That's what UNITY. It means receipts. It means no title without work. It means no the community tells you no. It comes from the community. That's what that's the type of unity I'm expecting. Especially if again we may not live in the same house unified, but we are definitely moving toward the same motion and end game unified. Your house may not have the resources that my house have, so you don't mean you weak in any area. You may have things that I don't have. Don't mean I'm weak in any area, but again, I do believe there are some individuals that want to be one of those four or one of those individuals within that fist, Dustin, and they sitting out like this here. and they want to say that they unified because they part of the hand.
That's how
I
you end up
read a
with a
Bible
broken
that's
knuckle.
yeah, I read a Bible that say cut it off. Um, who gonna put me up?
If our dollars can move whole markets, why do our communities still look so exposed once the slogans die down and the real building is supposed to start?
Man, because we keep okay. I need y'all to drink some water because this might hurt a little bit. Because we keep mistaking motion for power, y'all. Motion is not power. Spending is not wealth. Attention is not ownership. I don't care how much you scream, hoop, holler, and even go file a lawsuit, or maybe even be on the news. That is not. oh, that's not what. That's not it, y'all. That's not ownership. All you did was just grab attention to ride the trend that is not control. Being confident is not being free, y'all. Being visible is not being protected, especially if you know you are allegedly the mouthpiece for the community. And all these limelight seekers, they always want to be out front. They always want to be some of the individuals that's telling what's going on in the room. We can't move a market and still not own the shelf.
Yeah,
We
we
can't
gotta
make
stop
a
spending. We gotta stop spending like kings, but we gotta invest like beggars. I'm sorry, we spend like kings, but we invest like beggars, and that's
we don't
not
even
good.
invest. What is you talking about? We not even investing. Not even in ourselves. Again, I'ma say. Again,
Well,
again, I'ma say.
I say invest, but they show up for the big sneakers, for the cars, and for bail funds, but they don't stick around for grocery stores and land or factories. That's why I say they spend like kings, but they invest like beggars. Because they're invested in that little bitty ninny poo poo stuff. Like
Gossip.
sneakers and cars. Yeah,
Nini
Nene
poo
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 poo.
stuff. Nini poo poo
I
stuff.
said that.
Nene poo
Right.
poo.
I mean,
Okay.
we can make a brand hot, y'all, and still not own the factory. Just like she said. We can make a neighborhood valuable and still get priced out of it. I'm looking at it happen. Even with people that got $4,000, $5,000 houses. I'm looking at it happen. I mean, we make a politician dance for our vote and still not own the policy. Make that make sense. We make these people jump through hoops. James Tallarico got a kiss y'all. Never mind. This is not because we like force, y'all. It's because our force keeps getting converted into somebody else's wealth
Wealth.
before it becomes our institution. And people
Mhm.
can be powerful in consumption and weak in control. That is where we are too often, very often. Everybody wants consumption. Our vote, our music, our style, our grief, our outrage, our labor, our creativity. How many people come up to you and say, let me pick your brain? Because, but if we do not build structures that catch what we produce, everything keeps flowing out and away from our
From our
community.
neighborhood. Mhm.
That is why slogans are not enough. They don't hold no land, run our school, defend our courtrooms. They do not create banks. They don't train the youth, obviously, because from the data that I looked at today in the little BISD meeting, OMG, OMG. I mean, like Dr. Campbell said, we don't build grocery stores. We don't even check on the elders that live around the corner. And mind you, that's your kin. I mean, we don't file bylaws or audit treasurers or discipline leadership because most of them is our friend and we scared. Structures do that. And we keep wanting the fruit of structure while running from the labor of structure. We want the business without the books. We want movement without meetings, accountability without money. Or vice versa, money without accountability, pooling without trusting, strategy without silence, power without protocol, unity, like Dustin said, is without standards, freedom is without discipline and liberation. Make that make sense, y'all. Then when it all falls apart, we blame only the outside enemy. Huh? The outside enemy is definitely real, but sometimes the inside behavior made the enemy's job easy or even minuscule. The enemy ain't even did nothing besides let you ransack, leak the plan, poison the trust, needed the scene, especially when you wanted to be seen, stole from the treasury, lied about the work, ran back to the outside power, wanted more control than victory. That's why we stay exposed, not because we can't build, y'all, because we keep letting undisciplined people sit too close to the function and the foundation. And if the foundation is weak, the house can't stand no matter how loud the sermon is. Stop inviting them to the barbecue and the cookout. They not worthy. Just because they wear your skin tone. Chat question number 1. Let's make it plain. What breaks Black collective moves the fastest? Put a 1 in the chat for ego. Put a 2 in the chat for fear. Put a 3 in the chat for lack of discipline. Put a 4 in the chat for internal sabotage. Put a 5 in the chat for all of it. Drop your number in the chat right now. Go ahead. Anybody at the table want to respond to that while I'm posting this?
All of it. But if I
Mm.
gotta pick
If you
the
gotta
quickest
pick
match,
one.
if I gotta pick one, I'm gonna go with ego
Uh-huh.
because it turns a movement into a competition. It
Do.
makes you ditch the plan because you ain't the one calling the shots.
Correct.
It feeds the fear. It kills the discipline and disguises sabotage as looking out for self.
Hmm.
The other three are just ego wearing a different mask.
Oh man. Roundtable question.
Yeah, I'd
Okay, go ahead.
say I put ego, fear, lack of discipline, and created a new one and said lack of knowing our team.
Mm-mm.
That's internal
Mm.
sabotage.
Well,
Mm.
that goes into it too. I mean, but we can't say it because again, if we're gonna use scripture, Jesus knew who Judas was. That was not
Ooh.
a surprise.
The
Ooh.
So,
day he picked him.
so, and Michael and Vito Corleone also knew. I mean, so again, that goes into that internal. Just what I'm saying, just knowing your team.
Vito
Internal
Because
sabotage.
we try to make family team, we try to make friends team.
Vito Corleone. Man, roundtable question number 1. If the force is already real, who or what keeps stopping who or what keeps stopping it from becoming freedom? Dr. Campbell, you
Us,
have the floor.
us, straight up. We've got the muscle, but we keep using it to flex, not build. We'd rather be right than rich. We'd rather have a lot, have a hot take than a cold, boring 5-year plan.
Mm.
And the system, it loves that. It doesn't have to stop us. It just has to keep us distracted, divided, and chasing clout.
Mm,
Freedom ain't a speech or a paycheck. It's land, laws, and legacy. I went a little
mm-hmm.
slower just so y'all can get that down, right?
Oh,
We got the force. We just keep spending it on everything except that.
hmm, hmm. Perry, you have the floor. Ooh.
Uh, I agree. It's us, and I would say that what goes along with it being us is that no matter how right you say you are, no matter how right you think you are, no matter how right you may position your resume and your profile, be right enough to get out of your way.
Mm.
Yep.
Say it
Dusty,
again
you
for
have
the
the
people in
floor.
the back.
Get out your own daggum way.
On the
Dusty, you got the
chat
floor.
question, I
Mm-hmm.
said 4 because it seemed like William O'Neill keep getting reincarnated. But as for the table question, the people who keep getting away is those people that Harriet Tubman and Nate Turner would have shot.
Oh
Period.
boy, he said
Period.
that.
Period. Oh man. I will say, golly, I will say the force gets stopped by leakage, if you will. Money leaks, trust leaks, WikiLeaks, strategy leaks. I mean,
Mm,
attention leaks, leadership leaks, vision leaks, and every leak becomes the opening for the same outside systems we claim we are trying to escape. Some leaks are structural. No bank, no land, no legal support, no discipline, no spending culture, no business pipeline, no youth apprenticeship system. You know what I'm talking about? No community investment fund. And I'm not talking about waiting on the IBEW and all these other unions to introduce our children into apprenticeships when y'all got these same careers that y'all cashing the check from, but y'all still want to bring that back to the community. Make that make sense. Again, with that being said, no community investment or investment fund, no political education, no legal infrastructure or legal defense infrastructure, um, or prosecutory infrastructure, because you need to prosecute some people too. No media defense, no succession plan after somebody done died in the seat, no
mm,
accountability system, but some leaks are personal. And those leaks look like ego, jealousy, cowardice, attention addiction. And I use that loosely because there's another word I want to put on the end of attention, and it's not addiction. Um, Soft commitment. Some people got their commitments are so soft and unreal till it's you be like, oh, okay, and you know you're not gonna see them no more until the next meeting, and you ain't no need to ask them where they was because the event didn't happen. I mean, like, make that make sense. Unhealed trauma they come into your space with, unhealed trauma, and then want you to bear that cross alone. Nah, boo, that's yours. I help you bear some of it, but I ain't gonna bear it all by myself. People who would rather the plan die than watch somebody else lead it. Uh, we said a few shows ago how never mind. Cause no, cause this tonight is the night. We said a few shows ago how we seen black sabotage black business right here in the city of Beaumont. I mean, so we know what we know what some of y'all are about. People who say we in public but make every private decision about them. Me. I. There's no we in that. And sometimes our freedoms get stopped because our addictions to comfort. There's certain comforts that we will overlook, and those shouldn't be comforts. Those were against the standard back in the day. We want black business, but don't want to drive further than where we've been or where we usually spend. We want black schools, but the public when you paying for is piss poor. Make that make sense.
Mm, mm.
We want political power, but don't want to study local races. And I ain't talking about black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican type. I'm talking about local political races. I mean, we want legal protection, but don't want to serve on juries. Make that make sense. We told y'all a few episodes ago, we daggum show, as especially as young black men, can't depend on young black men as a jury of our peers because so many of y'all skipping jury duty. We want pooling, but don't want transparency. We want trust, but don't want standards. The enemy, we always got to throw that one out there, does not always have to destroy the move. Sometimes the enemy just waits for us to mishandle it, if you will. Freedom requires a people to mature enough to hold money or to develop strategy, maintain silence, uh, be ready to enforce correction, having shared power, and even delayed gratification. Just a little bit. You don't have to wait 6 years before you get your flowers. I understand. I totally understand. If we can't hold those things, the force we have will keep being real and the freedom will keep being delayed. I just want y'all to know. That is why this is not a motivational episode. This is a warning. This is your wake-up call. Round two. Every plan gets leaked when discipline is thin. Every plan gets leaked when discipline is thin. Sabotage, fake gatekeeping, informants, ego, and the betrayal of loose-lipped people. That's what's on y'all rim. Y'all heard it? Y'all want me to tell y'all again? Y'all want
You
me to tell
can
y'all
say
again?
it
Okay.
again.
Sabotage, fake gatekeeping, informants, ego, and the betrayal of loose lip people. All right.
Lions, tigers, and bears.
Exactly. Not every person around the plane is for the plan. I just want y'all to know. Some come to build, some come to be seen, some come to be fed. Especially if you in my meeting, I like to meet and eat. And just because you see me and Dr. Campbell, we come in there with our notebooks and our empty bellies, just so we leave full on two occasions. I just want you to know. Some come to report, some come to stall, some come to dilute the standard. Again, just like I said, the standard's already there. Others come to dilute that. Some come to make sure nothing grows strong enough to no longer need them. I just want y'all to know. Some people sabotaged us the moment that they leave. Ask the ooh. Ask the NAACP. I'ma say it. Ask the local NAACP. I'm telling y'all, black folks to the front. What y'all thought this was? Another slide Tuesday? No, this is not about criminalizing disagreement. Healthy disagreement is necessary. Questions is necessary. Accountability is necessary. But sabotage is not disagreement. And Mr. Sir, you know who you are? You tried to sabotage a great thing that happened in this community. And guess what? The lady that you tried to sabotage, she's doing great things. Great things. Leaking the plan is not accountability. Running to outside power is not wisdom. Undermining structure and or funding because you cannot control it is not leadership. And causing confusion every time people get close to discipline is not personality. That is a threat to the work. I want y'all to know. Call these suckers out. And y'all lucky I said suckers because Dr. Campbell is on here. Perry, you ready for your shot? I
Yes,
almost
sir.
drank it. How do you tell the difference between real disagreement and somebody quietly sabotaging the move because they can no longer control it?
Mm.
Uh, Real disagreement seeks a solution, regardless of if the solution is for me or for not. If we're in true disagreement and we both have mutual respect for
Man,
each other and
Come on.
for the task at hand, then agreement is paramount.
correct.
Mm.
Uh, when you know it's not about agreement is when because that disagreement never ends. Even if a new issue arises, you hear about that issue. It's some people who still can't go forward because they were wronged by somebody 12 years ago, 20
Mm.
years ago. You know,
Let it go. Let it
you see
go.
it because they don't try to destroy it. What they try to do is just become a weight on it. They want to put their fat ass on it and just let it sit there.
Sit there. A
Right.
teeny.
Passively. And will occasionally and will occasionally voice their agreement. Oh, I'm with you. I mean, again, I'm a preacher's kid. My daddy say he used to hear when people say, "We with you, Pastor."
Hmm. Turn around, ain't
No,
nobody there.
and that's one of those amen lights time then, because we with you, Pastor.
Somebody just took a walk, huh? Mhm.
Amen.
But that
Lights.
has been that unfortunately, we tend to say that that's been our history. But our history has been trying to limit the uninformed from becoming the majority.
Mm, mm, mm.
And I think we've reached that threshold where we are seeing that the uninformed, the the ones that lack the moral are the ones that are in leadership. The ones that lack the standard have become the leaders.
Man. Got you crying, huh, Dr. Campbell?
Yes. No. Ooh,
Man,
but that was a scary thought, though. Mm.
right. Yeah, that's the difference though. Real disagreement brings the issue back to the table. Like he said, solution oriented confusions.
Mhm.
Every meeting, every neighborhood association meeting we have, Dr. Campbell, what we say, bring your community concerns, but don't just
That's
bring
right.
me no concern, bring me some solution because
Some
I know
solution.
you have
That's right.
idea of how to resolve this issue, right? Sabotage
Right.
carries the table's business to the hallway, the parking lot, the inbox, the funder, the politician, or even Facebook. Real disagreement asks questions to strengthen the plan. Sabotage asks questions to weaken confidence, right? or real disagreement wants clarity. Some of them want closure, but sabotage wants confusion. Some people don't just disagree because they see danger. They disagree because they see the move happening without them at the center. And you are not the focal group. You are in a group. That's not wisdom, y'all. That's ego. Especially with a flashing light. Oh, they gonna dance all night. Tap
Mm.
dance even.
Oh
The
my.
guest shot is what kind of behavior? What kind of behavior should the community stop romanticizing as just how people are when it is really breaking trust, weakening plans, and protecting the enemy? I'm telling y'all, I came for them today. No holds barred. Anybody could definitely answer that.
By refusing to follow the plan,
Mm,
romanticize as being a leader or keeping it real. We call it independence. Really is just ego. You see it all the time. A group agrees on a play. One person goes rogue because they know better.
mm.
Called out, they say, I'm just built different, or I don't do instructions. We clap for that like it's strength, but on a team, that's a broken gear.
Correct.
It makes everybody else's job harder, wastes time cleaning up the mess, and hands the enemy easy wins because we can't run one simple play together.
Hmm.
Stop romanticizing my way only. Call it what it is, untrustworthy noise that keeps us all stuck.
Correct. Correct. Anybody else want to take that shot?
Something like asking all black people to boycott certain major companies and then taking a payout from that company. Stuff like that.
Oh my goodness. That's it. That's right. That's right. That's right. We have excused, we have excused dysfunction too long. Loose lips are not
Far too long.
personalities, y'all. That's not a personality. That's who they are. Chronic confusion is not personality. Never following through is not personality. Needing
Mm,
to be centered in everything is not personality. Staying or starting fights when work gets serious is not personality. It's not a character that we trying to deal with in this move. Making
mm,
private business public is not personality. That is damage on every hand, I
mm.
promise. If the behavior keeps killing the trust and weakening plans, stop calling that person. I don't like her personality. No, that's not a personality. Call that a liability because that's what that is. She mess around, get us all killed. Dustin, your shot. Why do so many people love the language of liberation until the plan demands discipline, patience, structure, and them not being the center of attention?
The
Mm.
same reason people love walking around calling themselves Christians.
Uh,
It's real easy to say out loud, but who's going to take the time to open the book and hold them to those standards and the definition of that word?
I'm Dustin. Oh,
Woo.
bruh, 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 bruh. I don't have nothing to say. Dr. Campbell. Dr. Campbell, you ready for your shot?
I am. Oh,
Oh,
baby.
I'm gonna need yours too. Wow. Golly, Dustin. Oh, pardon me, audience. I didn't mean to. Oh man, Doug Campbell. How do you build collective work without letting fake gatekeepers, opportunists, informants, and performing addicted people become the face of the effort?
Mm. Stop giving the microphone to the loudest person in the room. Hmm. Here's the real play. On informants, keep the real plans on a need to know basis. If they don't know the target, they can't shoot it down. Talk less about who and more about what needs done. On performers and opportunists, give them a map, not a megaphone. Real work is boring. Clout chasers will ditch the second there's no camera rolling. Assign dull, consistent tasks. If they can't stick to that, they were never serious.
I
On fake
promise.
gatekeepers,
Hmm.
lock every role to a measurable result,
Mm-hmm.
not a title. Can't
Mm-hmm.
deliver on a deadline, you're out. No speeches, no drama, just performance reviews. And most importantly, don't build a moment around a face. Build it
Mm.
around a checklist. Rotate leadership. Keep decisions small, quiet, and verified by action. If the work gets
Mm-hmm.
done without you being in the photo, you were never the leader. You were just the distraction.
Correct.
Shut up, check
Cool.
receipts, and keep the real power invisible.
And shut up.
I see it. Mhm.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I can't say nothing on that either. Golly, y'all came for it on that round. Golly,
Hot.
golly, man. Golly. Pull me up, somebody. Wait, is it even? Yeah,
If
it's my
some
shot.
folks, if some folks always run back to outside power the minute the people start planning real
Hmm.
protection and real escape, what do we call that except betrayal dressed up as caution?
We call that betrayal and not a trail, like on the never ending story. His name was a trail, not
How about a leash with
betrayal.
a smile?
A cunning one at that.
Mm,
Yeah, but we call it betrayal right out like that, plain. Some folks, some folks say you know, they were just concerned. Okay, just asking questions, just being transparent, just making sure nothing got out of hand. I was just talking to somebody downtown. Okay, just letting the funder know. Okay, we just calling their contact. Okay, no. You were leaking. You were reporting, you were protecting your access, and you were alerting power because the people were starting to build something that did not need your permission and or your leadership. Transparency is not taking community strategy to people who do not need to know. Period. Accountability is not leaking the plan because you mad and you can't control it. Accountability is not leaking the plan because you mad and you cannot control it. Make that make sense. Concern is not running to outside power or sabotaging in power before you have enough courage to sit at the table with your own people in dialogue. Caution is not sabotage protection because freedom threatens your little role as an interpreter between the community and massa. I was gonna say business, but massa seemed a little bit better. And yes, I said massa. So because some folks still run back to massa every time the house starts organizing itself. They might call him the funder, the city official, the power broker, the department head, the political contact. Oh, that's my political contact. The nonprofit gatekeeper, the donor, the consultant. Not me though. Not me. I do too much free work to say I'm a gatekeeper. The person downtown, that's the person I'm going to talk to. The person downtown, Miss Cat. I'm going to talk to her. But the behavior is the same, y'all. The people start building, and here come the runners, running back to explain the plan, running back to soften the demand, running back to ask permission, running back to warn them that black people are coming. Nah, just kidding. No, but that's for real. And they coming and they getting serious. And why do they do that, y'all? Y'all ever wonder why they do that? Well, for me, it's because if the people organize, the gatekeeper loses value, especially the ignorant gatekeeper, especially the piss poor gatekeeper. You done let out all the secrets, so you gatekeeping from getting us on the other side of the gate that you built with our information, with our practices, without man, and you refuse to share those. If people, if the people organize, the gatekeeper loses value and then they mad. If the people pool money, the grant beggar loses leverage. If the people build institutions, y'all, the professional spokesperson loses control. If the people learn policy, oh, you best believe the fake politician loses their mystery. I promise. If people build media, the rumor carrier loses power even, or the tabloids that we have lingering around in our community only want to show atrocities of from people of color. Mm-mm. If the people become disciplined and the information has less to sell, them tabloids gonna close their door. I promise. I promise. I promise. That is why some folks sabotage. They are not afraid of the plan, and they want the plan to fail. Well, actually, they're afraid of the plan and they want it to fail because it's gonna cut them out. So the community, excuse me. So the community needs rules. No more open access to closed door strategies. No more sensitive information in loose rooms. No more microphones for people who never carry responsibility. Dr. Campbell told y'all keep that loud mouth off that microphone already. No more confusing attendance with trust. Just because you in here and you here every day, that don't mean we trust you and or your actions. No more letting people hide behind betrayal under, uh, oh, I just got different views. Hey, mm, mm, right. But if your different views always weaken the people, alerts opposition, delays the move, protects the agency and the enemy, siphons your ego, or strokes it for yeah, or exposes strategy, especially internal strategy, then that's not a disagreement. That's sabotage, and you intended on doing that. And sabotage has to lose access to us, y'all. Not be harmed, not to be threatened, not be chased. I ain't fit to chase you because I know you an informant, but removed, completely removed from the room, removed from the information, removed from the microphone, removed from the money, removed from the decision. Everybody cannot come. Like I said, don't invite them. Don't even invite them to the cookout. They cannot know. They cannot lead. They cannot touch the treasury. They cannot speak for the people. That is not elitism. That's not what we promote. That is protection. And if the offended people Or if I offended people, especially like after what I said, oh well, whoever keep leaking the plan, let them be offended outside the room. Get out of the room. The work is too scared to keep people too sacred rather to keep handling keys to people who open the door for the enemies and the flies and the roaches. I almost said another word,
Mm.
but I'm gonna leave that alone. Check question number 2. What is the missing? What is missing most in the black collective? What is missing most in the black collective? Put a 1 in the chat for discipline. Put a 2 in the chat for trustworthy leadership. Put a 3 in the chat for long term strategy. Put a 4 in the chat for accountability. Put a 5 in the chat for all of it. Go ahead, drop your number in the chat. And of course, crew, if y'all want to respond to that, y'all can definitely do that. Um, the roundtable question in the meantime is what does disagreement stop when does disagreement stop being healthy and start becoming sabotage against the people? Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
So, for the chat question, I'm going to say all of it, but the engine that drives the rest is accountability.
Mm,
Because without accountability, discipline crumbles. Leaders do whatever they want, and the strategy just uh, is just a wish list written on toilet paper.
mm, mm.
We got we got we got pieces of each floating around, but nobody's held to nothing. Miss a
And that,
deadline, no sweat. Steal from the pot, excuses. Sell out the plan, oh, that's just how they are. Accountability is the glue. We're
yeah,
missing the glue. So, yeah, all of it falls apart.
all of it.
So, then for the roundtable question, when does disagreement stop being healthy and start becoming a sabotage against the people? The second it stops offering a better way and starts blocking the only way forward. Healthy disagreement says this route has a pothole. Let's patch it or take the next street. Sabotage says this road is trash. I'm not driving it, and neither should you. But I got no map, no gas, and no backup plan. You know it's sabotage when they kill every idea but bring zero alternatives.
Hmm.
They air the beef publicly instead of handling it inside. They rather be right than see the people win. Uh, Disagreement is a tool. Sabotage is a weapon aimed at us. When the goal is clear and they're only throwing rocks, not building, call it what it is.
Mm, mm. Man, is Charles responded to the chat question in the chat. He said his response is 5. All of
All of
it. Issues that we are discussing are usually more complex than a single solution and requires layers of therapies and approaches for solutions. Thank you for watching, Mr. Is Charles. um, Perry, you have the floor.
I will say 5. But looking
I said
at
all of
long
it.
term strategy
Mm-hmm.
and accountability, and again, just tying in what we know. And I mean, we've all heard that scripture. We've all quoted it. The people where there is no vision, the people perish. I
Correct.
mean, if there is no vision, I mean, how can I become accountable? If there's no one there to teach it, how can I learn it? So
Hmm.
again, accountability is lost. Uh, but regarding the question, I wanted to look at disagreement, sort of what we see in these quiet disagreements. It's not hostile,
Mm.
uh, but the disagreements that say that the young people not ready, the disagreements that say, uh, well, who's gonna fill that seat, or who's the new leaders, or I don't see any new leaders. And so we get those leaders that begin to die in office.
Mm,
Not just the elected officials. I mean, we can talk about pastors, we can talk about community leaders. Heck,
correct.
we can talk about Momo, because once she dies and there's no succession, how does accountability come? I mean, we have folk now who can't even have family reunion because the folk who are left are the folk who didn't have the discipline to keep things together, or who
Correct.
always wanted to be in the center of the family reunion, and so they don't know how to bring it together unless they at the center of the attention. So these are all of the quiet
Right.
things that fit on the other side because we become too weary to take that courageous step to say, sit your ass down. So
We're building your ass.
we justified it ourselves to say, you know what, I'm gonna let them have it. I'm gonna go ahead and do this over here. And it continues to deteriorate
Mm-hmm.
because you understand the significance, but you've opted now to say that struggle is not something I wish to take on. And so where then does the generation go? Because they're led
Man.
by inadequate leadership, and the leadership who can carry has now become jaded and frustrated. So yeah, it does leave us in a precarious position.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.
In a pickle.
Dustin, you had the floor. A pickle, a hot one.
You know, I'm always all of the above type of guy on that question. But the disagreement is when the disagreement shifts from healthy to detrimental. Is when the aims to harm others rather than solve the problem. When that underlying part of the conversation starts to deliberately undermine progress, you know you can feel it when somebody talking and you just like, I hear what you're saying, but it sounds like you're saying something else. When they start to deliberately spread disinformation and create chaos just to do it, just to watch it, that's when that disagreement become a problem.
Right, right. I agree, y'all. All the way around. For me, it would definitely be all of it as well. And for the chat question, um, and for me, disagreement becomes sabotage when the goal is no longer correction but disruption, right? Or no longer solution but disruption. um I mean, no longer resolve, nothing but disruption. That's the line, right? If you disagree to strengthen the plan, bring it. If you disagree to protect the people, bring it. Say that. If something is unsafe, unclear, illegal, unethical, or poorly structured, say it. That's healthy. That's that would help you get to sleep at night and not toss and turn, because now what was on your mind and on your heart, you done said it. That's healthy. That is needed. That is love. But if you disagree because you are not centered, step to the side, boo, because that's ego. Step to the side, bruh, because that's ego. Step to the side, Rev, because that's ego. And I mean, if you disagree because somebody else is leading, then that's jealousy. Oops. Especially Especially some of these pastors in these pulpits that don't even want their associate minister to preach because they scared. Never mind. Again, I'm saying if you disagree in private with outsiders instead of in the room with the people, that is leakage. You are the leakage. If you spread confusion, um, you know, before the plan is even complete, that is sabotage. If you always asking questions but never do the work, that's stalling. If you use accountability, especially language, to avoid accountability, that's manipulation. I'm calling y'all out tonight. Every correction is not betrayal, but every complaint is not courage. I just want y'all to know some complaints are fear, some complaints are jealousy, some complaints are laziness, some complaints are people lying, trying to kill what they cannot control. The move needs people mature enough to challenge not only leadership in that space, but over here as well without destroying the trust that could be created. And leadership must, hear me and hear me well, must be mature enough to receive correction without calling everybody a freaking enemy or ready to preach about them over the pulpit. I heard y'all. This is how we separate honest disagreement from sabotage. Standards, process, evidence, charter, or character, patterns. A person can make one mistake, but when that pattern keeps weakening the work, stop making excuses for this individual. Remove the leak before the house flood. Because if we keep letting the same people damage the same work in the same way, that is no longer only their betrayal. That becomes our bad stewardship. Just saying. Round three. Respect needs a structure too. Um the juice around the rim is money without discipline, power without structure, and respect without accountability. That's what's around the rim on this one. I hope it tastes good. Money, power, respect. People say these words like they naturally travel together, but they do not. Money without discipline becomes waste. Power without structure becomes chaos. Respect
Oh,
without accountability becomes performance. Solidarity, because you know they always, like Dustin say, want to talk about unity. Solidarity without standards become a costume. The outside world respects organized power, not emotional excitement, not scattered brain spending, and not loud moments, especially not hashtags. Organized power. If we want respect, we need structure strong enough, y'all, to hold it. I'm just saying, Dustin, your shot is what happens when a people have influence, spending, and cultural force, but no hard structure strong enough to hold, protect, and direct it.
what happens is you end up with a bunch of millionaires speaking for a community they no longer live in or really care about.
Mm, mm,
You end up with years of rally cries and loud boycotts, but with quiet payoffs. You end up with half-assed thoughts for change, but at no point a solid action plan or progression at all. Sounds familiar,
mm-hmm,
don't
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Unmute that because did I just hear you say about what I've been hearing at City Hall with this budget thing, as well as Dustin, what I've been noticing with this state takeover. Did you just call them people out loud?
I mean, you know the old saying about some shoe and the foot.
When it works, huh?
I promise.
That hit dog
Plain and
always gonna
simple.
holler. But
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
look, any city council person, any government official, if you have a problem with what I say, you can gladly have a discussion with me. You ain't gonna like the end of it, but I
But you're
have some
willing
time.
to, yeah, you're willing to
And it's
discuss
not
and
gonna be them
find
3 minutes
resolve, huh?
standing in front of y'all.
At
I'm not
least you're
gonna
gonna
waste my
find some
time.
resolve.
I'm
Just to
not
say,
gonna
I'm gonna
waste my
get some
time with y'all
resolve.
telling me I got 3 minutes, and then when I get into the good part, you're gonna cut me off anyway. No. If you
What you
want to have a
say?
real conversation, you can have it. Your phone go live just like everybody else's. If you think you right about your point, fire that thing up and watch how you get embarrassed, or you could be good, depending on which one of y'all want to have that conversation.
Fire that
Mm,
thing up.
fire that
Yeah,
thing up.
3 minutes to talk about a 3-year problem, right?
Huh. And more than that, you talking about raising taxes for this water issue. How long the city been having
Yeah,
water issues?
yeah, that one goes longer.
Yep.
But you want to talk
Kyle
about why the
Hayes.
city run out of money.
Kyle Hayes. Y'all, I mean, like y'all didn't want for some strange reason, when we were looking at these individuals, especially the past city manager, I'm a Kyle Hayes. I don't care. I call his name because he was the city manager. I didn't lie about it. It's evident that he was the city manager, and it's also evident that his misappropriations or lack of managerial skills is the reason that we're in this predicament today. I'm just
Contract by
saying.
handshake.
I'm just
And
saying.
I'm hearing that they done let somebody else run off with the city money with Howland.
With what?
Highland Avenue still being messed up. They done paid somebody else that done ran off with their money, like they did on Concord.
Again? Again?
But
Why they keep happening in Ward 3?
the difference, well, that's Ward 4, but the difference with this one is Concord was a state road.
Yeah, that was a Mexican company
This
from Mexico,
this is a city street. Holland is a city street.
but
Right.
they want to keep
Right.
outsourcing.
They get used,
We
plain and
got city
simple. Other
employees that do roads too.
at least we had them.
We still got them. I see them going around
Man,
town. One was by my house tearing up a road, so I know we still got them.
guess question. What truth are black people still too uncomfortable to say plainly about fake leadership, internal betrayal, and the people who keep smiling in the room while weakening the move? Who want
That
to
your
respond?
pastor's paid off.
Oh, anybody else?
The truth we swallow but won't spit out is we know exactly who they are.
Right,
Huh? We see the
right.
fake smiles, the back channel calls, the leaks that only benefit the other side. But we keep quiet because calling them out makes us look like the problem. Or they got access to money, platforms, or powerful friends we don't want to lose. Uh, they're terrified of being called divisive or
Mm-hmm.
breaking unity. So we
Mm-hmm.
let them stay. Let them water down the plan. Let them whisper doubts to the funders. Then we act shocked when the movement stalls. The
Hmm.
real betrayal isn't them, it's us protecting them because we're scared of the conflict. We'd
Mm.
rather have a polished traitor than an awkward confrontation. That silence is the heaviest chain. Say it plain. We tolerate the rot because we're too polite to survive.
Man, Pierre, go ahead. I see you.
I'm just saying, all these roses are smelling like doo doo. So,
Mm.
because we didn't got into this, we want to give people their roses. We want, okay, well, can we balance roses with the destruction.
Man, 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 man. That is the truth. That is the truth. Some people are not confused, y'all. They know exactly what they're doing. They are invested in dysfunction, period. If people become organized, their performance loses value. That is why they smile and stall at the same daggum time.
Mm.
They don't they don't want the problem to be solved. They don't want the issue to be resolved. They want they want to remain necessary, and they feel like, being that we've coaxed their egos so much, that we've made them necessary. Golly, but Dustin already told y'all he took the money. Dr. Campbell, you ready for your shot?
Yes.
How dangerous is it when the community keeps confusing symbolic support, loud talk, and social media solidarity when with real economic coordination and protective discipline?
It's deadly. And we treat
Very
it like
much
it's
so.
cute.
Right.
We think a black square, a retweet, or a
Mm,
strong speech is the word. It's not. It's the
correct.
commercial for the word.
Hmm.
Real economic coordination is important. Spreadsheets, dues, contracts, handshake agreements. Oh, protective discipline is even more boring. Showing up when nobody's watching, following the plan even when you're tired, holding your brother accountable without drama.
Hmm.
Mixing them up is like thinking a movie trailer is a movie, then wondering why you're still sitting in an empty theater when the credits should have rolled.
Correct.
The danger? We waste years patting ourselves on the back for looking unified while the real infrastructure stays paper thin. Then, when the heat comes, real heat, not heat tweet, not tweet heat, we fold because we never built anything that could take a hit. Social media is the megaphone, structure is the muscle. If you
Correct.
can't tell the difference, you're just loud prey.
Mm, mm, mm. It's dangerous. That's dangerous because symbols can't sedate people.
Okay.
A post feel like action to some people, Dr. Campbell. You're absolutely correct. I mean, a slogan feels like strategy to some. I mean, even a crowd feels like power for some people when they ask the orange orangutan how proud he felt for the 4th of July and his the celebration,
That
birthday
nobody showed up
celebration
to?
that nobody showed up to. Even the Mother Earth and Father Land said, all of them said, uh, don't keep the party going. And I mean that's energy, y'all. And energy without direction gets harvested by somebody else. And I'm just letting y'all know our energy for a long time has been harvested. Perry, your shot. Why does
Okay.
pooling why does pooling sound powerful in theory, but the minute trust, structure, and rules show up, so many people start acting like discipline is oppression?
Hmm.
Um, for the same reason why people who would get maybe 10 bands on their income tax would get a car, and then by July that car was gone.
Hmm.
And that's because when you put your name on a dotted line, things are real different. And so we get a lot of people who love talking the economic wealth and let's pool together until it's time to put their money on the line and put their name on the line, and then you begin to hear it become another issue about discipline, or I can't trust them Negroes, or it's anything else. It's because the presentation doesn't live up to the realization.
Mm.
Hey man, I just want y'all to know this is one of my favorite episodes. This is one of my favorite episodes because structure exposes people, y'all. A serious pool requires records, rules, contribution schedules, a decision making, as well as transparency, audit trails, consequences, especially if you stealing. Especially if you stealing, we want you to
Oh
go to
my.
jail. That is when unserious people get uncomfortable. Not because discipline is oppression, y'all, because discipline removes hidden places, if you will. And some people have been surviving in them hidden places for a long time. Sweep under y'all bed. I promise it's some stuff up under there. Who gonna pull me up? Man.
Uh, okay. If money, power, and respect are supposed to move together, why do we keep acting like respect can survive where discipline keeps failing and betrayal keeps getting excused? Why?
Man. So my little earbuds must have just died. But I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Um why? Because we have confused being useful with being respected. That's the problem. People use us every day. They use our culture, our vote, our labor, our buying power.
Hey, Casey, how you
Uh,
doing?
they use our pain, our style, our creativity, our churches, our neighborhoods, our forgiveness, and then turn right
Yeah,
around
well,
and treat
and I'm 3 hours behind you, so so that helps on my end. And sometimes I forget.
period.
I'm like, oh, hold on, wait, this going on midnight.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
So
He's serious too.
Hey, whole conversation. Period. Mute.
Yeah.
Oh man. Um.
mhm.
Period. Mute. Anyway, they turn around and treat us like we should be grateful just to be
Okay.
noticed, right? That's not respect, that's extraction with applause. People can love black people and disrespect black communities all the as much as they want. Then can copy our style and deny our ownership. They can take our vote and ignore our agendas. They can take our dollars and disrespect our cheering.
Well, look
You
and
heard what I
see who they
said.
are. I
Our
mean, and
tyranny.
that's why I tried to
They
give
can
you
praise our
a couple
resilience
of
and
other things. I
underfund.
mean, if there's a certain
Barry,
case that
mute.
you want to try to go after, or
Hey, hey,
whatever,
hey,
you may want to look at it like that. Um,
Barry,
and that's what I was saying. I mean, if we really want to
mute
start thinking
yourself,
about
Barry.
where do we want to target, and what would we like to say to that target,
Y'all
then
call
we
Barry and
may
tell
be
him to
able to
mute.
take some small chunks. We don't have to take such big bites, and
Hey,
again,
man.
kind of looking at where our resources are, saying, hey, can we
Hold on,
have
wait.
some other people look
Everybody
at
turn your
this,
camera off.
and
Everybody turn your camera off.
maybe know some folk in some areas, or what do we need to do? uh I, I like the brainstorming idea. I mean, just to kind of see where we
He's not
are,
even
Perry
looking at.
Button.
because
He ain't even looking at the screen. Perry
people are
Button.
used to
No.
election season.
And I mean, he
So
having the whole
how do
conversation
you
in our
break
show
through the monotony?
With
People
coffee, no
see,
less.
see
with coffee.
you kind of just
I'm jealous.
away from,
I like dark coffee.
away from the, regular
Period.
group and
Okay.
and getting that message
This
out
is
there, just not
hilarious.
really being
Hey,
fed
man.
to that group.
Somebody call my sister phone and tell him to mute himself. Anyway, they copy our style. They can take our dollars, disrespect our children. They can praise our resilience and underfund our institutions. They can quote our ancestors and reject our demands. So, no, being useful is not respect. I just want y'all to know that. Being visible is not respect. Being invited is not respect. Being studied is not respect.
Yeah, I mean, and for me,
requires leverage.
Economics of it.
Leverage requires structure.
Just as important.
Structure requires discipline. Discipline requires
I don't
trust.
believe in putting money into
trust requires standards. And from the jump of the show, we already told y'all that y'all done let down a whole bunch of standards that our community once believed in, once practiced, once participated.
Might be able to get somebody
and so,
if you put something in there,
consequences require people mature
at
enough
least you're
to
getting
stop.
something back. You don't get anything.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Cost more.
It's not like I feel like I'm screaming.
Produce anything because it doesn't get you any closer to it. Well, people just like yard signs, just like they like t-shirts. So how do you put money into your, invest money into your campaign that you're getting something back that is like, okay, I can see you.
I got it for you, Chris.
Somebody called him.
I called Tony.
Well, nice. That's all. A whole 50 minutes. A whole 50 minutes. Man. So, like I was saying before, I was yelling. Let me see, what was I saying? Oh, consequences require a people, especially a mature people, that to stop at least excusing betrayal just because the betrayal is familiar. That individual looks like us, right? That is where we keep losing, y'all. We let people, especially black people, back into the room because they are family, loud, tilted, known, connected, or old in the work. But history without trust is not a credential. Being around does not mean being safe. I don't know what some folks have been around long enough to know where those doors are. I mean, like, where the keys at, where the money sits, who weak and who is emotional, and how to kill a mockingbird. I mean, like, the plan without leaving fingerprints. You hear me? That's why respect needs structure. Who makes decisions? Who holds money? Who accesses the records? Who can speak publicly? Who handles conflict? Who audits leadership? Protects the plan, protects the family, protects the youth, protects the elders. Who gets removed after repeated offenses, especially damages in our community that has us hemorrhaging left and right? If we cannot answer those questions, y'all, we are not building power, period. We are gathering hope. That's it. And hope without structure gets robbed. Never mind. Every time. It gets robbed every time. Money, power, and respect cannot move together, but only when money is disciplined, power is structured, and when respect is protected by accountability. Otherwise, somebody will take the money, fake the power, sell the respect, and call it leadership. And I'm tired of watching black people buy back our own dreams from people who stole the blueprint from the meeting. Check question number 3. What needs to happen first with us? Put a 1 in the chat for pooling resources deliberately. Put a 2 in the chat for building strong institutions. Put a 3 in the chat for calling out internal sabotage. Put a 4 in the chat for demand discipline from leadership. Put a 5 in the chat for all of the above, and put it in what order. Drop your answer. Roundtable question number 3 is, if black people are serious about escape, what do we do with the people who keep helping the door stay locked from the inside? Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
So for the chat question, it's all of the above, but order is everything. You can't build a house on a cracked foundation.
Correct.
You can't pull money with snakes in the grass. Here's the only sequence that works. Step 1, call out the internal sabotage. Clean the room first. You don't expose the leak. If you don't expose the leak, the whisperers and the doubt, the double agents, everything else gets poisoned before it starts. Number 2, demand discipline from leadership. Set the bar, make it clear. You don't get to lead if you can't follow the plan. Show up on time and put the group over your ego. No exceptions. Step 3, pool resources deliberately. Now that the room is clean and the rules are clear, lock the wallets. Dues, rotating credit, investment funds, real numbers, real receipts. Number 4, build stronger institutions. Use that discipline pool money to buy land, open banks, start factories, make it permanent. Skipping steps is how you stay stuck. Clean house, set rules, lock cash, build walls in that order, or don't bother. So now for the roundtable question. Okay, we have 2 options. Silence them or sideline them. No more soft talks. No more let's give them grace. You give grace to people who trip, not people who point the way to the exit. If they're clueless, educate them once, hard and clear. If they're cowards, freeze them out of real decision making. If they're enemies, informants, sellouts, or agents, you expose them publicly and cut them off completely. No access, no info, no platform. You don't negotiate with folks holding the door shut. You remove the obstacle. Plain and simple. We spend way too much time calling traitors because we're scared to be mean. Meanwhile, they're laughing on their way to the other side. Stop asking what to do. You know. Just do it. Cut the rope or stay stuck. They're not helpers, they're hostages you're choosing to keep.
Ooh. Yes, indeed. Dustin, what
Did
happened to
I say
Pig?
that?
What happened to Pig?
Very God.
Pig that
But
fell on out.
yeah,
Dustin, you have
before
the
the
floor.
chat, you know me, all the above, kiss the mark. Before the table question, start boycotting and canceling them like y'all do everybody else. It's simple as that.
Hmm. 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 Boycott them. Boycott. I agree. I mean, we stopped giving them the keys. I mean, that's it. Period. We stopped giving them the keys. We don't have to have. We don't have to hate them, y'all. We don't. We don't hate you. We hate the things that you do. We don't. We don't have to harm you, and we don't have to, make a spectacle out of you either. But we must stop giving you the keys. I'm just letting you know. No access to sensitive plans, to the treasury, to private strategy. No access to confidential a members list or none of that. No access to negotiation rooms. No microphone, like Dr. Campbell said, to keep us confused or in confusion. No, no title just because they want one. Just but what? What? No leadership seat just because you knew somebody that knows somebody. No, where you been? No trust without proof. I'm just letting y'all know. If somebody keeps weakening the work, remove their access. Yeah, I thought I was gonna cuss. Remove their access. That is not cruel to y'all. That's stewardship. I mean, like that's what it is. Stewardship. People can grow. People can repent. People can change. Yes, people can regain trust over time. But trust must be rebuilt through discipline, not demanded through emotions. Oh, y'all supposed to trust me because I'm what?
Mm.
You do not get to break trust and then accuse the community of division when consequences show up. Make that make sense. That's manipulation, and we should be sick and tired of being manipulated by our own kind, let alone outside the house. Especially if black people are serious about escape like we say we are, we have to become serious about internal security, not paranoia, security, not witch hunts, standards, not gossip, evidence, not revenge, boundaries. Every serious institution has access levels, y'all. You ain't gonna Every serious movement have protocols. Every serious business has financial controls. Every serious family knows who to and who not to tell everything to. Why do we act like black freedom, especially liberation work, should be looser than a corner store's cash drawer? I'm just no. The escape plan needs structure, y'all. Anybody who who keeps helping the door stay locked from the inside needs to lose access to the key ring, the whole ring, the whole ring. At some point, protection has to matter more than politeness, right? At some point, we have to stop confusing forgiveness with access. You can forgive somebody and still not let them in the house, not let them hold the treasury key, the bank deposit slips, and you can forgive somebody and still not let them hear the strategy. I mean, you can forgive somebody and not let them lead the youth because that's the next individuals in line. We can forgive and still not let those individuals speak for the entire house. Forgiveness is spiritual, y'all. Access is structural. And black folks, I do want y'all to know, better learn the difference between the two before another move dies in the hands of somebody we were too sentimental to remove. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Um, Before we close, of course, I definitely did enjoy y'all. This was one of my favorite episodes. Y'all had me cracking up. I had to mute at least like 3-4 times, y'all. But yeah. Now before we close, I definitely want y'all to know, um, Dr. Campbell, you could give us something for the rest of the week. Dustin, you can follow if Perry comes up. Then we'll go with Perry. But I'll close us out. Dr. Campbell, you have the floor.
We don't have a money problem. We have a trust problem. And until we're more afraid of the false unity than honest accountability, we'll keep spending our power on everything but freedom. Stop looking outside. Look at the table. Who's eating with you? Who's eating
Hmm.
off of you? And then
Mm,
clean it up or stay stuck.
man, man, Dustin, you have the floor.
Yep. It's that time of the week. Well, certain quotes come about. I got a quote of my own. And the first half of it is a question, most likely. Would you trust a drug dealer, pimp, or hustler to help you over making a dollar? The answer is probably no. So why are y'all so worried about Jay-Z picking a dollar with Target over the black community? Because he's been telling y'all for over about 2, 3 decades now that he is simply a drug dealer, a pimp, and a hustler. The black
Like,
community has 99 problems, and that boy is one of them.
no, he did mute. He better not aware. He muted. He muted and sat back. Oh my goodness. To the people who keep yelling unity but can't handle accountability, sit down until you grow up. Unity is not everybody doing what you want. I just want you to know that. Unity is not discipline um, for you. Unity is discipline movement toward a shared outcome. That's what I want you to know. Um,
Perry is
yeah, right.
backstage.
Perry's backstage. Perry's backstage. Y'all know Tony probably eating,
Sleep.
watching TV or sleep. Perry, you gonna have to call him and tell him bring you up. No, like I was saying, unity is disciplined movement toward a shared outcome, y'all. To the fake leaders who need the community dependent on you so you can keep doing or being important, your performance is showing. I just want you to know if organized people threaten your role, then you were never leading. I just wanted you to
Hmm.
know.
Taking a
Um,
walk, huh?
correct. You are managing dependence. That's all. That's all you're doing. To the gatekeepers, blocking younger voices, serious workers, new builders, and new ideas because you need to be the doorway. Move. You are not the door. Simple move. You are standing in it. Move. To the informants in the house, we see your pattern. Every private conversation does not belong downtown, uptown, around town. Every strategy does not belong in outside ears. I just want you to know every community concern does not require you to run to people who have never loved our people. Especially if you cannot hold the move, you cannot be trusted with the move. To the gossip carriers, you are not harmless, you are infrastructure damage. Your mouth has killed more plans than some people, uh, uh, some white people could have ever. To the attention seekers or the attention addicts, if you will, the movement is not your stage. This is not for you. If you only show up when when there's a microphone and a camera and a flyer or applause, You are not, hear me well, building a daggum thing. You are auditioning. To the folks who love revolution until the meeting starts, freedom has paperwork, it has minutes, it has bylaws, it has treasurer reports, it has board votes, it has land records, it has budgets, insurance, membership lists, policies, if you will. It also has work days. Freedom has boring parts, if you will. But if you cannot survive the boring parts, stop pretending you are ready for liberation. To our people who keep saying somebody needs to do something, be the
Mm.
next, this one, be the next that one. You are that somebody. Stop waiting
Mm.
for
Mm.
a savior to join a structure. Stop demanding power from people who will not support, fund, defend, or help build. I'm just saying to our elders, correct us
Mm.
but not block us. I told you y'all standing in the door. Guide us but do not choke the future out of us because it does not look exactly like your past. To our youth, bring fire but learn structure. Bring imagination but learn records. Bring energy, great energy, but learn patience and discipline. Do not become the same undisciplined thing you are rebelling against. To our leadership, if you cannot be audited, you cannot be trusted. If you cannot be corrected, you cannot lead. If you cannot share, you are not building community. You are building a throne. And to all of us, we are not powerless. Stop believing the narrative. We are under disciplined, under disciplined. We are not empty. We are leaking. We are not without force. We are without enough information or formation. And that can change, y'all. We can pool money, build institutions, buy land, start schools, protect elders, train youth, create business directories and businesses ourselves, build cooperatives, build legal defense funds, create media teams and especially amongst our youth. Um, Discipline spending, create some audit leadership, remove the leaks, y'all. Make betrayal expensive. But if we have to stop romanticizing dysfunction, that's what we got to do. Stop clapping for loud people with no structure. Stop confusing emotional speeches with strategy. Stop letting jealousy kill the plan. Stop letting fear make policy, y'all. Stop putting unserious people in serious spaces, especially when it comes to election. Stop giving the microphone to people who cannot be trusted with the minutes. Money, power, respect. All three require discipline. And if we are serious about freedom, discipline has to become culture. Not a mood, not a season, not a hashtag. Culture. Perry, go ahead. You got the floor.
Well, first I want to say I apologize. I had exited out. I had exited out of the studio, and I got a text from a friend who was listening, and I saw your call, but had to step away. Doing double duty. Uh, but no, I just want to say I really enjoyed tonight. We needed a conversation like this, and really to hear you and Dustin uh check me and Dr. Campbell,
Oh,
because sometimes your kids and your grandkids have to get you in check.
mm. And I'm the little
You know.
brother. Now you gonna
you
have me get
know
in trouble tomorrow. I'm gonna get a
you
whipping
know
tomorrow.
I mean, and that's good conversation. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because yes, as we say, we always want to respect elders, but I think uh, we that shouldn't be the only position that we take. That we owe it to ourselves to introduce our
Absolutely.
elders to a new world that they are inheriting as well, and so that puts us in the learning seat. So it's always good when we can have these effective conversations, and so that thanks to the audience who came, I invited some friends and wanted them to have a listen in because we really need to have this intergenerational dialogue happen on every occasion as possible. You
Yes.
know, that we take a seat and understand uh, what 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 our heirs
Mm,
uh, are now bringing to the table, and I think for some of
absolutely.
us, we'll be just as proud as opposed to always trying to direct and and it's nothing worse than you trying to direct and Negro your pants unzip. Paw sit down. So you want to say it as nice as possible, but pop sit down. And listen. So I thank you for this conversation tonight.
Absolutely. Family, tonight was not about fake unity. Like I said in the beginning, it was not about pretending black people have no force because we all know we do. The money moves, the culture moves, the vote moves, the market moves, the attention moves, the people move. We move the globe, I want you to know. The question is why freedom does not move with it often enough. Tonight we named the problem: spending without strategy, influence without ownership, culture without institutions, leadership without accountability, unity without standards, respect without structure, and plans that keep dying because somebody in the house could not hold the move. This episode was an internal audit, not one to shame our people, because that's not what we do. We definitely move to sharpen our people because love that refuses to correct is not love. Leadership that avoids accountability is not leadership. Unity, y'all, that cannot survive discipline is not unity. And a community that works to keep protecting saboteurs is not community work. It's slow suicide with a meeting agenda. So let me leave us with the word. Treat spending like strategy, build institutions before slogans, pool resources with records and rules, y'all. Separate honest disagreement from sabotage. Stop giving microphones to people who keep leaking the trust. Create standards before money moves, y'all. Protect strategy, audit leadership, train you, respect elders, respect elders, respect the elders. I didn't say nothing about the seniors. Respect the elders. I'm not talking about our elders who are disabled. There's individuals who are senior to you, and most of those are the saboteur. I'm just saying. Build business ownership, build legal defense, build media defense, build political discipline and defense, and answer the call when responsibility knocks, y'all. Stop waiting on perfect unity before practicing serious structure, because if resources are already moving, then the question is not whether we have power. The question is who keeps making sure the freedom never arrives. And if the answer is inside the house, then we better love the house enough to clean it, not burn it down.
Mm,
Clean it, sweep
mm,
the
mm,
ego, lock the leaks, move the gatekeepers, remove the saboteurs, train the builders, y'all, fund the work, protect the plan, and stop giving access to people who keep proving they are dangerous to the move. To my co-hosts, Dr. Campbell, Perry, Dustin, Thank y'all for bringing your minds, your honesty, and your fire. This week was, I'm telling y'all, was one of my favorite episodes. To our guests, if you join, I appreciate you. Thank you for stepping in. And again, hope that you like the show, subscribe, follow all of our channels on all platforms. To every viewer, listener, thank you for sitting with the conversation that refuses to confuse motion with freedom. This has been episode 70. Yes, indeed, 70. Money, power, respect, and the informants in the house. Until next time, watch the money, protect the plan, check the egos, lock the leaks, build the structure, respect the discipline, audit the leadership, guard the room, y'all. Guard the room and stop letting people who cannot be trusted with the moves sit close enough to kill it. And as always, y'all, stay prayed up, stay prayed up, stay prayed up. Thank y'all for watching. God bless. Good night.